Coaches, do you have that one player that you just struggle to motivate? Maybe you have multiple players that you struggle to motivate. Maybe you have a full team of players that you have to motivate every training and every game. I'm gonna solve that problem right now. The reason I have this system is not so much for me as a coach to bring the best out of my players, although that is what I want to do. My goal as a coach is to think, whatever I am doing now, how can these players use it in other areas of life when they no longer play soccer? So with this system, this will help my players to know how to engage members of their team when they're leading other teams outside of the game of soccer.
So we got level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. These are our team goals. Level 1 is the hardest, level 1 is the easiest, level 6 is the hardest. They cannot get to level 6 until they do all these goals right here. Here, we keep tally of the scores, and depending on the scores that we get, determines what levels we get.
What this system does is it helps to build a culture within the team. It helps the players to understand what it means to have expectations and to hold other players accountable. This system also helps players to re-strategize in order to reach a goal. This will help them make a connection between what they do in training and what happens in the game. Many times, players do not understand the significance of what they do in training, and they think, I'll just wait till the game. But this will give players something to look forward to when they're in training, because they know that what they do here will help them in the game. Okay, so guys, one thing we're going to be doing today is goals.
Which ones are 2 minutes of the scoring time?
No, this is a different type of goal. Alright, so Adrian, back here.
Goals should be easy to measure and calculate quickly, also known as a player's scoreboard. As opposed to a coach's scoreboard, a coach's scoreboard requires a lot of thought, a lot of analysis, a lot of thinking, a lot of calculations. This will disinterest players. A player should be able to look at the scoreboard and within a few seconds understand what it means, especially when dealing with younger kids. But this also applies to older people. Do not be fooled. The more difficult the calculations are, the less involved the kids will feel, because now it's a matter of having to understand and too many complicated equations having to be put where it's not clear, where it's vague. The clearer it can be, the easier it is to decipher, will help this player's scoreboard have the biggest effect on players.
There's 6 levels. Each one of the goals, I'm gonna go through the goals with you guys and let you guys know what those goals are. So the first level, guys, is named, I think it's private first class.
What?
Okay.
What's private about Are we supposed to win a tournament?
These are the army rankings.
Army.
Okay. So that's the first level. You know what the first one is? It's you gotta win 2 games in a row. If you win 2 games in a row, you get a patch. Okay.
With my particular team, I set the goals. The reason I did this is because these kids are 8 years old and it's their first time doing this. But ideally, you want your team creating and setting the goals. And in following seasons, my players will be setting the goals. I will not be setting them. I will merely be someone who vets the goals to determine that they are achievable and that they will help us achieve the main goal, but I will not be setting the goal. The next level is gonna be a sergeant major, okay? And you know how you get that one? Don't let the other team score the whole game.
Oh,
So you can't give up any goals for the whole game, okay? Players ideally should be setting the goals because this gives them ownership of the goals they set, as opposed to them trying to accomplish somebody else's goals. Now they feel these are my goals, so there's more of an ownership in accomplishing these goals. In this system, you need to reward players for reaching a goal. In some instances, you may want to give some type of tangible thing that the players can hold on to. Hold on real quick. So what we're gonna be, hey guys, so what we're gonna be doing is I'm going to have team awards. Okay? These awards, yeah, you're gonna have them on your sleeve. You're gonna have them on your sleeve. Whenever you achieve the first goal as a team, you get one patch. There's the first level. There's gonna be 6 levels.
If we get it, we all get FIFA disc.
Okay. But sometimes the award is the goal itself, and sometimes an award is not needed. Meet weekly for the goals. Every week, you should be going over the scores from the previous weekend and the goals that you have set for your team to reach. What this does is it gives your team a measurement to determine where are they now, what do they have left to do, and what does it take to get there. This is very important, as meeting weekly also helps keep these goals top of mind. Meeting weekly is also a way for the players and you as a coach to hold the team and players accountable. You can go over what happened in the last game. What do they need to do for the next game? Have the players think about what happened in the previous game so that they can analyze what needs to be done for the following game, and they can use this as an approach to the following practices that they have before the next game. This will help players understand again what they do in training helps them in the game, so that they can understand that what I'm doing right now will help us to achieve our goals in the future. If I do not do this, our chances of repeating what happened last weekend are the same. Okay? The next one is a chief warrant officer. You know what that one is?
No.
3 wins in a row. Ask your players what can be done to help achieve these goals that are harder to meet. Remember, this is about players taking ownership. When players have ownership, that's when the engagement begins. Because at this point, it becomes about them and not you. And maybe as time goes by, players figure out that the goals should change. Maybe they shouldn't stay the same. Maybe their goals were not ambitious enough, or maybe their goals were too ambitious for now. How I structure my goals are from season to season. So there's always time to raise the goals and achieve and make new goals for the next season